I don't know what y'all be doing. It's like, to build a positive chat room, make sure that you moderate who can say what in your chats. Are you being naughty out there, guys? I like it. Everly OnlyFans, EBERLE for more action. We have mellow and very calm. Who's mellow and calm in our group? That's a thing? Alive in the reverse, so maybe you're too mellow, maybe you're too calm. Maybe you need to have a little more fun. Brrr. Get a little freaky. That's what I think. I think it's time to make love. 80s style. 80s style. You better get over here, Monica. Quit playing games. Monica's my friend from elementary school, and we just became friends again. And I'm really grateful for her. I was like a mean girl in school. I was the mean girl leader. And Monica was somebody that was not popular. And she and I are friends now. So that's cool. I'm friends with all the people that I was mean to in school. And they're really good people. They're the best people, actually. So I'm lucky that they actually are my friends now, after being rude to them. Actually, today's the day my sister died, which is the reason why I'm nice to people. When I was 14, my sister died. She was drinking and driving with her boyfriend Darren on this very day in 2001. She died. Her name was Kinsey. She is a beautiful person. My sister Mackenzie is an angel. Actually, yesterday and today are two big days. It's the day my dad died and the day my sister died. And I actually just chose to just take this day and do it myself. A lot of times my mom thinks this day is about her. I beg to differ with respect to her. I decided to take my sister's death day back from her. I was born on my sister's 4th birthday. And so my mom actually always talks about her death like it only affected her, basically. This one time, my mom is a bitch, bro. She's a true Karen. Her name's actually Karen. And they're not fucking kidding, dude, in all those reels about Karens. And I remember, oh my God, my mom, there can be nothing that goes on in the world. Like, you could be bombed, and still my mom will find something that she went through that was far more worse than anything that you could have ever gone through. It's her signature move. And I remember she gets so pissed. Oh my God, she gets so pissed. Bro, this one time she goes and gets all these balloons for Kinsey. And I rolled down the window of the car. And I didn't mean to. But all the balloons get sucked out of the fucking back car window, bro. And if you have a mother or a father that screams Bloody Mary, like that, dude. My mom flipped the fuck out. She always flips out. Like, she's the screamer in the room. My sister, though, was a great girl. She was very sweet. She taught me how to be nice. She taught me what life was about. What popular was about. I remember when she died. I remember everything about it. I was 14. And I remember, like, the cops coming to the house at like 10. midnight. And they knocked on the door. And, my sister had a dog. The dog's name was Jake. She never came home that day to feed Jake. She didn't live with us anymore. I remember the last time I saw my sister, I was doing dishes. We were always screaming as a family. Kinsey was not a screamer. She was a peacemaker. I was not a peacemaker. I was probably the worst in the family. I was mean. I remember the last time I saw my sister, she was by the front door, and I was in the kitchen doing dishes, and she was in her Dallas, I believe she was in, like, I don't know, maybe it was a Raiders jacket. She was in that same jacket. It was either Dallas Cowboys or it was a Raiders. I believe it was a Raiders jacket. She talked to me, though, about her lover, Darren. She met this guy. She was 18. She was tired of my mom telling her what to do. My mom wanted Kinsey to go to college and do a specific thing. She's always been really hard on all of us, which I'm not complaining about. But Kinsey didn't want to do all the things that she wanted her to do. She moved out of the house. She actually moved in with Monica, which is weird that we're talking about her, but she moved in with Monica over at her house. Monica just told me recently that Kinsey was pregnant with her brother's baby. I remember Kinsey getting with Anthony. Kinsey was actually a virgin throughout her whole high school years. She didn't care about popularity. She read a lot of books. Kinsey was really sweet. Sometimes I would talk her head off. And we had bunk beds. I feel like I was always on the top bunk. And sometimes both my sisters would say I would talk so long, they would fall asleep, and when they woke back up, I would still be talking. Both my sisters are very different. They're both water signs. One's a Cancer and one's a Scorpio. My brother's a Pisces. My mom's a Leo. My dad's a Virgo. My dad's passed too. Yesterday was his day, and that kind of helped me make my decision as well today. Well, I already just felt like I already knew it was my sister's death day. I remember that day, though. I feel like it was like 10:01 p.m. when the cops knocked. And I remember when the cops knocked. If somebody dies in like a car accident, the cops will come to your house. And they will, they basically ask if you have a picture of the person that they found passed away at the car crash. So that's what they were doing there. They were identifying my sister. And my mom went and grabbed a photo, and they confirmed that it was her. And I'll never forget my mom that day. I was 14. I had just barely started the freshman year. You remember like small things that like last a lifetime. Like I remember things like Jason Ray. The next day when I got to school, I was crying because my sister was dead. I didn't know what to do. Some of us throw ourselves into relationships, and some of us throw ourselves into work. I found myself to throw myself into work. My mom forbade relationships. She was very strict. And so all I could really do was throw myself into work. And so I didn't miss a beat. I've never been somebody that took any time off anything, no matter who's died. Or if I even had maternity leave, I never took it. Some of you guys could be like me, and when people die, you don't know what to do. Maybe you just like go to school the next day. I remember Jason Ray the next day. He was making fun of me because I was crying. And I'll never forget that years later. And I'm not mad at him because we were young. But I never forgot Jason Ray and his first and last name over that. So just be mindful of that, I guess. I didn't know what to do when my sister died. I remember when the cops came, they said if it was her or not, and my mom, she said it was, and then my mom started screaming, no, 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 no. And she like walked backwards into the pantry in the kitchen. And she's crying. And I just knew that day, like, holy shit, like, dude, my sister's gone. And that made me the biggest sibling in the home. It meant my best friend was gone. My mom was angry at her boyfriend, Darren, because he was driving the car when they wrecked, but I was not. I knew that realistically she was in love with Darren. And as a sister, I supported that. And I knew that realistically anybody could have gotten in a car crash with their lover. They were on a gravel road. And they were drinking and driving. So Darren ended up doing a year. They charged him with vehicular manslaughter. My sister did not suffer, but they did wreck. She suffocated underneath the vehicle. Again, I wasn't mad at Darren, but like our family changed after that point. I remember everything changing after that. I remember thinking to myself, the next day, so it was at 10 o'clock at night, and it was a school night. And I've always been a straight A student. And so I remember I was going to school, no matter what. Which I've always looked back on and found to be odd and unhealthy to have done. It might seem like it's good, hard work, perseverance, but I don't feel like any of us at a young age should have ever thought like that. We should have had support. And I just remember thinking I was the oldest in the family, and that made me responsible for being strong. And I remember, because my dad wasn't there. Not that he wouldn't have probably been there. My mom's very stubborn. And she's a lot like myself. And she wouldn't have let most people be there even if they would have tried. I remember many people being there during that time. And they were very kind. But I remember thinking to myself at 14 years old, it does not matter if you cry. I remember the third day after my sister died, I told myself it does not matter if you cry. Because she wasn't coming back. And I had 2 younger siblings that needed me. And my mom was sad. And I just felt the sense of responsibility to look over the family. I had a lot of fear. I saw my sister after she died. And I remember that was the first body that I've ever seen. I've seen 3 now. I chose not to see my dad because I have PTSD over that shit, man. And like, you just go through things, you know, when you see that shit. You know, it fucks you up. I remember letting my mom have her moment with my sister. She asked me, do you want to see your sister? And I felt like I needed to say goodbye to her. And so I went after school. I did not miss any school. And I remember going to the funeral home. And just letting my mom have her moment. And like, after my mom was done, I wanted some time with my sister-in-law. And I just remember everything. I remember she had one shoe off, one shoe on, things like that. And how her hair looked. And there was so much other details I was offended about. Well, they had kept her. But overall, you just think to yourself, like, this is not real. Is this really real? It's like you want your sibling to just get up and tell you they're kidding. And they didn't. They don't. I never questioned why she went to heaven. She was so beautiful. I remember on a funeral, I wasn't very good at speaking in front of people, but I knew that I wanted to say something. And I went to Walmart and picked out these black soft pants, and I wanted to wear something nice for her. And I just did this whole speech. I never did question, you know, why she went to heaven that day. She was such a great person. It was obvious that she was an angel on earth. And she taught me so much. And today I just chose to make it about her. Not about my mom. Not about anyone in our family alive today. Actually, I'm only sharing my condolences about my sister with you guys. And it's unplanned. And you know what? Honestly, you can do that. You don't have to go and grieve with other people. Honestly, your relationship with your loved ones is exclusive. And you don't owe anyone a fucking sorry. Maybe you can actually go through something this year by your fucking self. And they can kiss your fucking ass. Because did anybody ever fucking straight ask you how the fuck you're doing about the whole shit? No, they don't. But it's bitches like that that honestly want all the sorry in the world for what the fuck you all went through. Some of you guys lost some members of your family. And there's like a member of the family that honestly wants all the attention in the world about it. When the reality of it is they don't treat anyone good before or after the incident. And so that's why you're just like, lick my asshole. As far as my dad goes, we'll probably just like not really talk about it. I don't think that much because I haven't been feeling like the conversation. His day was yesterday. But I don't really talk about my sister that much either. It's been since 2001 that she died. And I feel trembly and very like tight and unusual inside as I talk about it anyway. And so we'll probably just like let Kinsey do her thing today. We'll talk about my dad a different day. But, you know, maybe some of you guys lost a sibling, honestly. And you know what? That sibling is amazing. And just know that they love you very much. They want you to know that everything is within your power, and your power is within you. Some of them know that you've been feeling very lonely right now. I feel like they would want you to know that they unfortunately understand. Maybe they know exactly how you feel. They probably do. They went through a lot of the same things. It's saying that some of you guys do not have a fake lover. It's a real lover. And you could be pulling away. You could have depression and you may not know how love looks or feels. It's saying that you have an air sign thinking about you. This person could be a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius, or you could be one thinking about somebody else. They think you're great. We have Magnificent here. They want to be with you forever. Like, a lot. Like, whoever you are, you have a crush. Somebody really, so like fake smile in the reverse. This is like a real smile. They're thinking about you, and it's not very often that an air sign thinks about somebody. Even if you're not an air sign, if they're in that kind of energy. And it's saying that this person has long-lasting like plans for you. They like actually want to be with you. They're very in love with you. We have Written in the Sand. We have Magnificent. Like, they're actually like super into you. You may fall in love. You're having some problems with your sister for some of you guys. You don't forgive her for something that she did. She could have drank too much and did something for some of you guys, but your sister and you are not getting along so well. You're not trying to forgive her right now. You could even be twins, but you don't like your sister's under the influence of something. They're under drugs or alcohol, and so that's why you don't like them, or they just are different. But it says that they're going through a hard time right now. Even if they're under drugs or alcohol, this person's going through like a major depressing moment. They have depression here, and then they also have depression here. And so if there's a chance that maybe like you could possibly like overcome your anger, this person's actually like cries a lot. They're at the 9 of Swords. They suffer from what it says here, extreme anxiety. It says they actually have terror about something. They suffer from deep negativity and unhappiness, stress, burdens. They feel overwhelmed. They actually are at a breaking point. They could be suicidal. They're going through mental anguish, guilt, regret, remorse, and they focus on the past. And they're also a subject of gossip right now. And so whether or not, like, there's definitely just an outcasted family member here that could use some support. So we all know how that feels. And some people are actually at a breaking point, and they actually are suicidal. It's not a lie. And, just try to stick with it. I understand how you feel. I definitely know that this chapter has been, as my mom said yesterday, because of the choices that you made. Okay. They're never going to hesitate for making comments of that sort. And so your journey now has begun again. And it's just, for some of you, been tiring. You're tired of starting another fucking journey. But this time it says, may you seek adventure. So you may have to actually come in with like a fool type of energy. My friend Justin, he's a dork, but he travels all over. And he goes to like Guatemala and just like all these weird places. And he actually just sees the world. And that's just the kind of energy that I think some of us could possibly try to go in. You've had an ongoing battle with somebody. They drain your energy. You don't even trust them. It says that you're very close to your goal. And just to continue to be persistent, for some of you guys, like you have a goal that you've been working on. And for some of us, we have a brand new journey with no goals at all. I'm on the no goal team right now. I have nothing planned right now. And I don't even know. It's not like myself at all. I feel like I just black out sometimes when it comes to things anymore. And I don't know how you guys have been feeling, but good job for whoever you are over here who actually has some goals. You're very close. You're at the 9. So in one more step, you will have completed this journey, but I can see that you have been on this journey by yourself. And you're fucking kind of pissed off about it. You have this guarded look. The Knight of Wands is like, fuck you, bitch. Like, straight. Like, you're actually to this point where you have resilience. That means you bounce back after each setback. But, like, you're like, the Nine of Wands is very guarded. You're guarding your whole territory here. You're just like, fuck you. You obviously are standing alone here. And so, this guy is actually looking at bitches like, fuck you. You know? And so, some of you guys could feel like that. Fuck you, bitch. Like, you're actually pissed. And for whatever reason, you know, they're obviously coming close to your shit, and you may not even realize that you're close to your goal, but you're definitely guarded. So if somebody's getting way too close to you, you've been feeling weird around this person. It's definitely saying to the cards, you don't fucking like this person. So if you needed a visual image of this shit, it's saying that you fucking are straight. You don't know nothing about you wants to be around this person. So if you were wondering about them, no. No, you've had a bad feeling about them. Somebody might be saying, trust them, you know, they're good, they're fine. And you're just like, they make you feel weird every time. The cards are saying, no. This person could, I don't know, we've had the idea of the reverse twice today. So they could wear like knockoff brands. This person could just be showy with their outfits. Dude, I've been creeping out, dude. I don't know what's going on. I've been so fucking fucked up. Dude, I went to my friend's house and like it was so bad of an idea, and like I'm not even kidding you, I'm like really fucked up from it. Dude, some mom like murdered her fucking baby, bro, in the basement, and like I don't even know. I'm like actually whacked out from it, like bad. Now I don't like basements. I hear chihuahuas barking and it makes me think about the basement because there was a chihuahua bark. Everything that you even fucking hear on a memory fucking sticks with my brain now. I hear doors creaking, I think about the basement. I never will enter that place again. But now, all day, I've been feeling, for some weird reason, like I don't even know, dude. I don't like dead bodies. I don't like that shit, bro. It like actually fucking really makes me creeped out, bro. And like, that's just like creepy. It's creepy for me to think about a mom carrying her baby down there. And I can smell it still. I can smell it, everything about it. I don't like that shit, bro. I just like want to like disappear into like some weird like land before time where he walks over the hill and sees green land and it's like a fresh story. I feel like I'm not into all this like weird shit that's happening around us. I don't want to like even think about weird shit in houses happening like that really close to us and shit. Like, no. It makes me so creeped out. Even here, bro. The one thing I didn't want to do was buy a house that somebody died in. What do you know? Somebody died here, bro. The only other owner. Great. It was his girlfriend. I guess she either committed suicide or overdosed. It's the one thing I don't want. I don't like anything ghost. It's like my biggest fear. It's weird, but it's true. I don't feel like I talk to ghosts when I do anything with tarot. Tarot to me just has like it literally has some definitions. And so I teach life skills. And so when we take business classes, they're like, how can you connect with people? And so I saw the people like tarot. And so I was like, well, they have definitions on the cards. And then these are oracle. And so oracle can just mean that you make a card yourself pretty much and draw a picture. Tarot obviously has a meaning no matter what. It's going to be the same meaning, period. Some people say that tarot means you talk to the dead. I'm talking to nothing dead. I'm not talking to nothing dead. There ain't no way. The reality of connecting with a spirit directly from the dead, yeah, right, bro. That's like Pet Cemetery shit. You're fucking straight fucking with some dark shit. You do that. And my family, actually, they do practice like dark shit. But I don't. I just look at the definition and then tell you guys like stuff from my own personal experience. And you just put your heart and soul into it. So you guys could do whatever you want to. Once you get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, you can start getting paid. You guys should just look at whatever talent you have and just try to bring in an extra couple bucks. It says listen and connect to your intuition and stay strong. You're very, very sexy. Some of you guys might be struggling with nosebleeds lately. Dandruff, headaches, something with your head. That's not good. Somebody's screaming at you. Somebody could be telling you things like, shut the fuck up. It's saying that it's your lover. That's really bad. Like, if you have been getting nosebleeds or really bad migraines or headaches, it's actually saying it's from the sound of your lover around you. You're not single, it says, and this person could be abusive verbally. Also see UFC here. So they could physically, for some of you guys, actually put hands on you. Nosebleeds, that's bad. We've never had somebody getting nosebleeds on our channel from someone. That makes me very sad for you. That means that you're going through a lot. Nobody's ever given me a nosebleed, I don't think. Feel sorry for you. I can't even give you advice right now necessarily because I feel like if you were to be getting, if you're somebody who puts hands on someone or if you get your hands put on someone, you need to try to step away from each other. Clearly, the person putting hands on somebody is reenacting probably scenes from being abused when they were younger. So I've also saw a pattern of men having moms that were letting their men abuse you as sons. So that's really sad. You're not gonna stop doing it until you actually go through that experience. You have to talk about it. You have to feel it. To remember what you went through and why you're doing it makes you feel it again. And that's probably what you don't like. You're reliving the abuse yourself, but you're acting it out over and over every day. For some of you guys, I feel like I probably have a lot more abusers on here than non-abusers. So I know how that is for you guys. I date a lot of you guys, and I've seen that it wasn't just your real father that put hands on you, but sometimes it was your stepdads too. And then also your mom wasn't able, or did just plain and simply did not tell them no. For some of you guys, your mom even told them to do it to you. They even claimed that you deserved it, or they were that was punishment, that you were disrespectful. I mean, I've seen a lot. It could be very confusing. For some of you, you were abused in all of the worst ways. I've heard some terrible stories. I've seen a lot of it play out in future generations as well. But basically, it's just still a cry for help. And you're going to have to heal from that. This person now that you've dated and put hands on is going to feel the same way that you felt. That's something that you can still remember, recognize, and step back from. Like, as somebody who's doing it. I know that you get angry, but you're gonna have to get angry and feel that out and grow up and become a man. You're gonna have to actually, like, talk about it at the right place. Even if it's here. Basically, like, nobody ever, like, told you it wasn't okay for them to treat you like that. For some of you, you were beat up by your own friends. You could have been gang initiated and stuff like that. And they treated you really bad. And you, like, I've just seen somebody that got punched in the face. I'm feeling a lot of pain in my cheekbones when I'm talking about this. So somebody actually was hit all up in their face. Whether you're a man or a woman, that could be the memory that's hard on you. I have not been punched up in my face, but whoever I feel like I'm talking to, somebody like socked you all up, dude. That was messed up. I'm feeling like you had some broken bones, like it could have been in your cheekbones. I don't know, man. Like, you could have actually, like, not even, like, went to the hospital and shit. You could have deformities in your face. You could have, like, a scar or something, like some kind of deformity in your face over this. Or your person can. You could have barely lived. We have a live in the reverse. For some of you, maybe you didn't even, like, maybe you died for a minute. You went through some fucked up shit. You were going through a very hard time. But you're taking it out for some of you on your new person. I don't trust this. I feel like it's a camera. Weird shit all the time. I feel like I'm gonna go to bed soon. Lucky for that thing. I could tear shit up all day. So, some of you guys just need to go for a walk. I went for a walk the other day with my dog. But you keep going to places that you should not go. You just pass the no trespassing signs, whether it's your exes, your hands on people, the words you say. I'm worried about you. I'm worried about both of you, actually, for some of you in this final little part. You two are going to hurt each other. You're going to hurt them. Whoever's putting hands on somebody, they're going to get hurt. You're going to hurt them. Or you're going to get hurt bad. You're already getting hurt bad. It's really sad. You could be at a frat house. There could be drugs involved now. Your weight is poor. Your health is poor. You haven't been eating well. You're not living in a home that cares for you. You've been having nosebleeds and headaches, and for some of you, nearly OD'd. People are fighting, cursing around you. You could have even witnessed a fire. You don't stay single. You may jump from relationship to relationship. You're hurting deeply. There's definitely some meth activity going on. I feel like this week we don't get a whole lot of meth activity, I feel like, on our channel. Your Pisces energy, which is in the upright. That's good. Pisces are a little bit mysterious, so glad to see that they're in the upright. I don't think we have any Pisces that I know of on my channel that do meth or anything like that. You guys are meth free over here. I don't really know of anybody that's going through this hard time, but you do have an opportunity for new beginnings. I do know what I can say is that sometimes I hear my son and his girlfriend fight. And it sounds like, and he's like 19, 20. Sounds like you guys can get in some fights. We have 21 here too. So for my youngsters on the channel, I could see this resonating more with you guys than the older ones. I don't think the older ones are getting physical right now. Too many. I don't know of any. But I can say definitely that we definitely have some 18, 13, I mean pretty much 13 to 25 for sure. You guys can get pretty rowdy with each other. Some of you guys found out you're having a baby. And you also need to be careful not to be putting hands on each other when you're pregnant. Like, come on. And you may say that the injuries are from other things, and they're not. It's from you two fighting. If I'm talking to you today about a physical fight that's going on, I can promise you shit is going to go down. I am not in your relationship. And God would be here with you at this point, talking through me to you if it resonates. And I'm worried about you myself. And I can get pretty crazy. But this, to me, whoever I'm speaking to on this relationship, my heart truly goes out to you two both. The pain that you guys are both in, one of you is putting outwardly physically on another member. And it's not okay. You could actually harm them. You could possibly take somebody's life if you haven't already. You need to watch your mouth. Stop cursing at this person. Stop putting them down. Stop putting your hands on them. I'm upset with you. I'm glad you're here and that we're talking. But you've been doing some really nasty things to the humans. And possibly animals too. You could have kicked a dog. Somebody kicked somebody's pet. We have even acid here. So I don't even want to know what the fuck y'all did with acid. But if we're talking about a nasty ass fucking asshole, even I can make acid, and I've done things with acid myself. I can only imagine what you would do with acid. And I'm not talking the acid that you take. I'm talking the liquid acid. And we have Pisces here. So I'm 1/3 Pisces. So if you're a fucking psychopath like myself, you need to watch your ass. Because you've already tasted blood. basically, whoever you are. I have not. I haven't dipped my toes in the water of of uh, of physical abuse to the body. You have. For some of you, you've seen what you can do with your power, with your physical power. You have stared into the eyes of someone in pain that you're causing. And in that moment, you basically absorbed power from them. And now you do that to people. You have a memory that somebody did that to you and it hurts you. Now you do it to other people. There's somebody only you. Yeah. You have not processed this event. You have not processed that event. You feel trapped. And you feel restricted. And you feel backed into a corner all the time. And your hands are tied. And you don't know what to do, and so you victimize yourself. You feel paralyzed all the time by fear and terror and anxiety. And you feel pressure a lot. And you just feel helpless. You feel silenced. So maybe you did ask for help and nobody helped you. And you're angry about that. And so now you put people through situations where when they ask for help, you don't care. You could hate the word help now. You resent people that need help because you were left alone when you really needed it. You're angry. Could have been 8 or 9, 10, 11. You're punished very harshly for some of you. For some of you, you weren't even allowed to leave anywhere. You could have dropped out of school. Like early middle school, if not even late elementary. Your father or something could have went to prison early, young, 9. You did something recently for some of you where your inner child is proud of you. For some of you, you spoke up about this abuse. And it required you to actually turn a family member in for some of you. You can now have problems with that family member or your family, but justice is here. You have Sagittarius here and you have balance here. You have justice. You realize that there's something bigger that needed to be addressed here, and that was making sure that maybe your nieces or your nephews or your grandkids, weren't victims of the same abuse. You did what you needed to do for future generations' protection, I feel like. And it's saying that, honestly, your inner child's really proud of you. You have a brand new moon here. You have a brand new start here. You have a brand new beginning here. It says that this is going to help you break free. You're going to start to feel alive again now. Your soul is going to feel alive again. Like for some of you, you were actually dealing with somebody who was putting their hands on you and telling you things like, shut the fuck up. And you were like, you actually went and got that divorce. You broke free from somebody who was so abusive to you. You're somebody who's very calm and mellow. You like to take walks. And this person constantly was putting you into the 8 of Swords. They were restricting you. They were bossing you around. They were telling you, like, you can't hang out with nobody. They were like, why are you wearing makeup? Why are you dressing up? Who are you with? I mean, you name it, they were saying it. And they stopped you from your career. Like for some of you, you have talent in the reverse. You have talent swap in the reverse. Like you could have been whatever it is, like in your career, and you have only you. And so you also have someone you're training was not your friend. So you were just betrayed by your friend too. And for some of you, your partner and your friend actually got together. They were betraying you. They were backstabbing you. They were asking you a lot of personal questions, and you found out it was just to like pretty much pass information along. You've been very strong though through this whole thing, and you were not able to elevate because they didn't see you as correct enough, but you knew that these people were fake righteous. They were lying. And you know what? Yes, maybe it did cause you, for some of you guys, to be homeless. Maybe for some of you, you even went to what the so-called frat house is. But I bet you it's not as bad as they think or say that it is. I know our frat house in town, I'm very grateful for. Vince never did anything mean to me, and it was the only place I was able to go where I could actually sleep if I needed to, or even just go inside of anything with walls. So my frat house wasn't so bad, and maybe you met some people there that honestly you went on some adventures with, and you talked with, and you met, and you feel like you made some good friends there. You also found that you met somebody who could possibly be very wealthy. You like this person because they don't care about being popular. You didn't even realize, a lot of people may not realize this person is wealthy. They don't brag about it. I see that basically overall this journey is going to push you into some places that maybe in society's sight shameful. You may go to the frat house. You may have a black eye from your lover. Basically, you have a story to tell. You went through a couple things. You were abused, and you abused yourself and others through addiction and physical harm, and just you went through some stuff. And people have made it out to be shameful. But that's your story. You've created this hardness over who you are to pretty much just not talk about it, move as quickly as you can through things, and be this hard, bad bitch that you are. But you're not hard like that. You're a very sweet person normally. And you don't know how to let people love you. You've always been abused. And so, you're not even somebody who lacks self-confidence. It says you have it. You just haven't been focusing on your positive attributes. Sometimes you give into negativity and you're hard on yourself. It says to look around, that you have more options than you think. You want to be away from this person. You could want a divorce, but do it. You don't have to talk about it. Just do it. In your case, you can do it. The question is, do you really want that? What message are you trying to send? You don't want to walk away. You want this person to hear you. That's the last thing you want to do, is leave. That's just your final step. You're not saying what you're threatening. You're saying the only thing that there is left to do. There's not a lot of worse things than that. To love somebody so much and to know that it's over. But you're very different from each other. And you're in debt right now. And you guys don't stop fighting all the time. You don't even like the same food. This person doesn't fucking even like the food that you cook. Different styles. Probably in the reverse. It's not even a probably. It's a no. You've been resistant to leave this person, but it's gonna happen. You're gonna have a tower. And a tower ain't gonna be the way that you wanna go with this. A tower is when a third party energy comes in on the 3D form and ends it for you. So this could be the cops showing up if you guys get into another fight. This could be CPS showing up because the kids say you had a fight. But basically, this is usually law enforcement. So if this sounds like it resonates, you may want to walk away before it gets to that third party point. We've had it, for those of us who have had it, and it's not a fucking joke. One thing I can tell you though is, if you get in a fight with your partner and drugs are not involved, then CPS can't get included. But if drugs or alcohol are involved, then CPS automatically, by law with a DV, will become included.